Okay guys, how you doing? This is Hugo right here. I'm going to show you today. We're going to be checking into a Caravan 99 Sport. What we're going to be doing right here is we're going to be changing the fuel pump on this van. See, what happened here is that people usually don't change the gas filters. So yesterday when I was going to change the gas filter on this, I was trying to take this nozzle off, one of these nozzles off that comes on the filter pump right here, and the little piece of plastic right here just broke right off. Just broke. So right now, instead of changing the whole pump, I took this old one apart that I had, and I just took this device off, just the top, the lid. It was a pain in the ass because you have to open these up right here in order to extract these two pieces that go right here, and then from there they go into the pump. Alright? So basically for these you have to open these up. I broke one off, by mistake right there, but you can always just tie them up with something right here. Make sure they have a real tight grip right there. So we're going to be using this to replace the old one. A couple of things you have to keep in mind right here when you're going to be doing this change. First off, we're going to be jacking our van up from the back where the wheel goes. I'll be jacking it from there so you have all free space right here where the tank goes. Here's a gas tank right here. So this is free. My hands are going to be working at. And over here it's all free. See? There's nothing blocking me right there. Tools that we're going to require for this job: it's 15, it's a wrench, or one of these 15s, okay, with a big ratchet and a long extension. We're going to need a flat screwdriver, and we're going to need these type of pliers. Okay, what for? We're going to need these in order to remove the pump. Alright? So we can squeeze the safety pins with that. And before you get started working, I already have it here. I got rid of this. You're going to open up your fuse relay center, which is right here. You're going to find this on the right side, right next to the battery. You open it up, and we're going to be removing this relay right here. Just pull it out. You might be using some of these pliers to do that. Just pull it out. It's going to be your third little thing right here. So you have a fuse, a relay, and your second relay. That's the one we're going to be taking out right there. You can just follow these instructions right here on the top of this. Alright? So right now it's already all jacked up. What are some of the first things that we're going to be doing? Let me just put this away so I won't lose it right there. Alright. Some of the things I'm going to be doing right here, I'm going to need a bucket first off because there's going to be a lot of gas that's going to be falling out of this thing once I loosen it up. We're going to loosen this screw up right here with screwdriver. Make sure we lose this tight bell off. And then I'm going to go about losing this one up and that one with the 15s. Alright? But before you do that, it's very important. That jack that I have right there, I'm going to pull it out. See, I already have that stand right there holding this truck up. So I'm going to use that same jack with a piece of wood, and I'm going to place the jack right here, right in the center, with a piece of long wood, so I don't use a jack right directly on the tank. And the jack's going to help me with the weight. Since I'm going to be doing this myself, it's going to be falling down as I need it. Alright? So I'm going to pause for now, and then I'll get back to you once I loosen this first things up. Alright, I'll get back to you. And here we go. Okay, so here I'm at the bottom of this. Another thing we're going to be doing, as you can see, I already put the jack on there with a piece of wood right in the middle of these two, so I can drop this. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to pick up this little clip right here, right. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Let me make sure you can see it. That's a what? That's a fuel pump. That's a positive connector right there. I mean, that's a current. You just gotta take this one off. All right. So we're gonna be pulling this one out. Okay, I can't really do it with one hand because you have to like pick this pin up. You have to pick up the pin up and then pull it with your other hand. And this is where I messed up right here. I tried gluing it yesterday, but it won't work. Then I put a piece of metal on there, so yeah, that's not really supposed to be on there. I was just trying to fix it. Okay, check this out. It's not supposed to be on there either. I just did that just to try to fix it yesterday, but it didn't work worth the shit. So, all right, check this out. How we go about this? Taking these out. That's very important, so you don't break anything. All right. Here's another one that we have to take off. That's the first one, and then we have to take. Actually, once we disconnect this, we can just handle this once we bring it back down. So you don't have to be strolling up here. All right. But that's once you're going to change it. If you're just going to be going, if you're just going to change your filter, you do have to work underneath this. And what you have to do with your pliers, pointy pliers, you have to squeeze right here and right here on both sides, and pull this one right out. All right. You go about it right here like this. I can't really do it just one hand, like I said. You need both hands for this. That's why I take pauses and then I show you guys how I'm going along with this. So you just grab it right here, see, on both sides, pin it down, and then once it's pinned down, you can actually use your other hand and pull this one back out, and that'll be free. It'll be free from the tank. So I'll take this one off, and then I'll take this one off. Remember, to take this one off, all you have to do is lift this little sucker up and then pull it back out. Alright? Well, and then from there, what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and loosen this one and this one up. I already have the one coming in from the feeder, from the fuel feeder. I already took that one off. The screw, I loosened it, and then I loosened the other ones from this side. From the other side, I mean the other screws. Alright, I'll get back to you right now when I bring it back down. Once I have all this shit off. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so it's all loose now. Got rid of all the screws, the belt for the tank. They all came off. Alright, what was really hard on this was taking off the harness. The harness had this little tiny red clip on top. So you had to like push it out from one side and then pull it out from the other. That was a fucking pain in the ass, since your hands really don't have that much movement on top of that. But this is what's really holding on the harness. I pulled up the little pins that it had and stuff. Instead of them coming right off, they just kind of broke off because they're so fucking dry. But this one was still holding on the harness. So I pulled it out, and once I pulled it out, they had a lot of dirt on there. So, you know, it wasn't easy, but it came off. So it's all off. As you can see, I loosened this one up right here. That's where the gas, where you fill it up from. Here, let me show you on the other side. Get a real good look at this. See? That's where it feeds the fuel from when you're loading it up. Just make sure this one's loose, so it's not in your way. Okay? Right now it's all loose. The only thing holding this thing up is that jack right there. So I'm going to be using both hands to bring it back down a little bit, little by little. And this is going to be coming off. It's going to start sliding off with the weight that the fuel that it has. If it's completely empty, it should be a lot easier, because you don't have to be worrying about all the fuel that you're going to be spilling out. This tank right now, it has around 20 liters inside of it. So it's going to go as much as I can. I'm going to be pouring in here. I'm trying not to waste gas right now because, you know, it's expensive. So I'm going to be trying to save that up right there. And you see how it is? Like I said, the trick here is just doing it slow. As slow as you can, so you don't tear anything off if you forgot to take anything down. Alright? So I'm gonna get started with this. I need both my hands because I have to keep a steady hand to loosen this screw up so it can come back down. I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, I took all of it down. Another thing that was holding this thing up that wouldn't let me take it off was the breather. Here's the breather hose. It goes in through here and it goes through the back. This goes back into the tank. That's like when you overfill your tank, that's where it goes up to. So this one just comes off if you just like kind of just take it off with strength. You know, it just goes in with pressure, a little bit of pressure, and a little bit of pressure takes it right off. So we're gonna be pulling this one out. Otherwise, you can't take it down. It won't let you, or you'll end up messing it up. You know, it'd be kind of hard to find one of them hoses. Maybe not in the States, but here in Mexico, it's hard to find anything. And if you find it, they'll try to fucking sell it to you for 10 times its value. Alright. As you can see, I took all the whole tank off. Now, here's the deal with this. What's the deal with this shit? It should come up separately. I'm guessing this one's also going to come out just with pressure. So I'm going to have to use both hands. I'm going to use both hands, grab one end right here and grab the other hand and then just take that one out. And that should be all set. I'll take it out right now. I'll get back to you guys once I have it. Alright, so I took all of it off already. Now, we're going to loosen this one up right here. How do I go about this? There's a couple of ways to go about this. If you have a belt, like one of those that you've loosened up the oil with, you can just go ahead and do it. Or if you can improvise, you can use any type of rope or wire, put it around, use some pliers, some pressure pliers with it, and then just go ahead and loosen it up. Right here I'm going to do it Mexican style. Since I don't have any on that on hand, I'm going to use a chisel for chisel my nizzle. No, yeah, I'm going to use a chisel. I'm going to put on here, and then I'm going to start pounding on it with a hammer around the top. So these are going to be my tools to loosen this up. Alright, I can't do it with one hand, so I'll get back to you once I'm done. Okay, I got some help for me to show you guys how to do this. So make sure not to break these things because they're very sensitive, so you go one at a time. Real mild hit. That's how we take that off. And you're all set. Extract this. I'll show you how to get rid of this right now in a little bit. Thank you.